Drizzy and T-Money blasting off the map. Mic check one, we igniting the chat. Big thoughts, big laughs, real talk on tap. From the stars to your ears, it's a certified slap. We break limits, no rules, no fear. Dropping gems every week, loud and clear. Vibes interstellar, mind so clever. Tune in once, you'll be hooked forever. This the blast off, where the wisdom collide. Rocket fuel flow, let the convo ride. From the cosmos down to the city stride. Every episode another joyride. Catch the wave, let the banter take flight. Brainstorm sparking through the depths of night. Underdogs talking, put the world in sight. All killer, no filler, just truth in the mic. Zone out, let the speakers combust. In a convo with hosts you can trust. Groundbreaking spins, no fine gold dust. It's a must, turn us up, adjust. This the blast off, where the wisdom collide. Rocket fuel flow, let the convo ride. From the cosmos down to the city stride. Every episode another joyride.
Don't sneeze on me.
Sorry, T-Money.
Get the hell out of here, Drizzy.
Okay. Welcome back to the Don't Sneeze on Me podcast. This is Don't Sneeze on Me with Drizzy and T-Money. What up, T-Money?
How's it going, Drizzy?
It's going. It's going.
So, I have to admit, I'm really excited that we're back. I think we had a great episode last week.
Agree. I had a great time recording with you.
Oh yeah, I think the topic we talked about was just it was interesting because there's a lot from the feedback I got. A lot of people never thought of it the way we did.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people had different perspectives to provide as well. So like it was cool to hear other people's thoughts on the way that they would see their relationship and the way things played out.
Oh yeah, some of the comments that we got and ideas were perfect. So I want to say, if you guys didn't tune in last week, definitely go back and listen to our first episode. It's a different take on Forrest Gump, and I think you'll enjoy it. But for today, we're definitely going to touch on a subject that is personal.
We are getting personal, like deep core memory personal, like thinking about our childhood and what really impacted us the most.
And I definitely think that you guys as an audience are going to be able to relate because everyone has these stories. So today we're going to talk a little bit about childhood trauma.
The trauma.
It's going to be something that I think everyone is going to understand. Everyone's going to see how, it formed and molded us as adults. But even in your own life, I'm sure that you're going to be able to see, oh, wow, yeah, I forgot that happened. And no wonder I'm afraid to go swimming by myself.
I love that. And we're not going super deep. We're not getting heavy with it. We want to keep it light and fun. But like, this is going to be about how those, what could be, thought of as little things really impacted us the most. So
Also,
excited to learn about you. I want to hear about your childhood.
Well, listen, Drizzy, after the first time of hanging out with you, I knew there was some childhood trauma there. Maybe a little adult trauma too, but oof. I hope you sought therapy.
So not only do I have, childhood trauma, I have what's called lifelong trauma, T-Money. Not sure if you can relate.
When we were preparing for the show, I didn't think I had that many stories, but boy, did they come flowing out once I started thinking back.
It's like you pull back those the
It's
onion layers.
Yeah, it's like peeling an onion. The deeper you go, the stinkier it is.
Mm-hmm. I do want to mention one thing that was kind of exciting about our listeners from last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, the one thing that really I was excited about is not only do we have a lot of great new listeners that tuned in, but we even had somebody from Hungary.
Yeah. You read my mind.
I mean, I don't know how they found us, but you know something? Maybe we actually do have something going on here between the two of us.
We'll see. I mean, don't get too excited,
If
but
they-
we'll see how it plays out.
If they tune in again, then they are listeners for life.
Committed.
Oh yeah.
But please make sure to follow us on Instagram. We would love to hear your stories as well. We'd love to hear your ideas for topics for us to talk about. So we read your comments, we take your feedback. So yeah, we'd love to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, our Instagram is up and running. We actually have our email on there too, so you can reach out to us personally. But we actually did read what you guys sent in. I mean, there was a couple great story ideas that we are gonna explore. But having that fan group is actually quite nice. Since it's we only did one show,
Yeah.
but. Let's jump to today's topic of childhood trauma, because I want to hear a little bit about you. You're gonna hear a little bit about me, and we're gonna award the most fucked up childhood award at the end.
I mean, one thing that sticks out to me is the comment my mom used to always make to me. I brought you into this world and I can take you out of it just as easily. Parents can't say that nowadays. I can't say that to my kids. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Child Protective Services would be here in an instant.
Instant.
But I remember when that all changed, because, kids then started using, I will call Child Protective Services on you. If I said that to my parents when I was growing up, I think they would have been like, do it.
That's
I
exactly
dare ya.
what my mom said, because I remember threatening her with it for no reason at all. And she said, do it. Go ahead. Go
yeah.
ahead. I get a vacation from you. That's fine. I said, oh, okay. And did I call? Absolutely not.
she was playing adult poker and you were playing Go Fish.
Well, at the end of the day, I'm the one that would get taken away, not her.
Oh yeah. See if you really enjoy your life then.
Ooh, no fun. One thing I really think about as a kid, and it's not that I have a ton of examples of this, but I remember some like weird random house rules. Like I remember visiting my dad and spending a couple weeks in the summers there and just having some like random weird rules to have to follow. I mean, everything they did was very different from how my mom did things, but did you ever experience that, like your friend's house or your parents having just these like weird rules that looking back just made no sense at all?
Yeah, Drizzy. I mean, honestly, one of the weirdest rules that I ever experienced at a friend's house was no snacks before dinner and no snacks after dinner.
When would you have snacks?
I don't think it was a snacking household. I mean, they showed it to you, but you weren't allowed to go in there. And I mean, even if dinner was like 4 hours from the time you wanted to have the snack, no, you're gonna ruin your appetite. I'll get another one. Believe me, it's coming. It's going to come again. It's not like it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. But yeah, I mean, as I said, it was a pantry for looking only.
For viewing pleasures.
Oh yeah, I mean, and they had a lot of good snacks too, which pissed me off.
Oh, they're just teasing you with the snacks.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I don't understand that one. How about you?
I don't know. I had this friend in 8th grade. I remember her. So her dad, he actually owned it was a huge house in a very prominent corner of Chicago, like middle of the city. Huge house. He owned a Rolls Royce that he would drive us to school in, like, old money kind of thing. But he had this one rule, and it was his only rule. And it was don't chew gum in the house. It was the only rule he had.
That's such a weird. Was he afraid you were gonna like spit it on the floor or something like that?
I have no idea. And I would ask her why, and she would say, I don't know, but that's his rule. And, we're in 8th grade, so we're always chewing gum, He
must have had some type of trauma where he like reached under the table or something like that. And
wad of gum.
Not only was it a wad, but it was like warm and like just there. I mean,
fresh.
Yeah, that would mess me up a little bit too. But I mean, I know. I guess that's a weird one. Yeah, I can. No gum in the house.
No gum. No gum. So that was just a strange one. Did that stop us? from chewing gum in the house?
No, you just had to
No.
swallow it when you walked in the room.
I mean, or just cheek it or something, like.
No, you definitely swallowed it.
Stop with the swallowing. I know that's
So-
your favorite thing to do.
Well, we all gotta have our own.
We all have
our
our
own hobbies. You want to know another weird rule?
Yes,
I mean,
please.
so my brother had a friend that lived up the street from us, right? And that friend had a younger sister, and she was older than me, like 4 years or something like that. Like, we were just friends. Her mom would never let me hang out with the daughter, even if it was just to watch a movie or a show, because she was afraid that we were going to be inappropriate with each other. Even though this girl had zero interest in me, her mom was like, "No, he's a man. He only has one thought on his mind." I was like 12.
I was gonna ask, how old were you at the time?
I mean,
So she's like 16.
Yeah.
You're 12. Like, what is she? So is she concerned about her own daughter as well?
I don't know. I mean, all we wanted to do was watch Independence Day. I mean, come on.
Just need to watch some Will Smith save the day.
I'm saying it's the least sexual movie ever, so believe me, there's not going to be any of those thoughts.
I don't know. Isn't Jada a stripper in that movie?
Well, we didn't want
Not
to let
that
her
they
know.
show
We
it.
didn't want to let her know that, but
That's true. That's true.
yeah.
Wow, interesting. Worried about you too, but like she's concerned about you, but she must also be concerned about her daughter. So that's like
I mean,
her
come on.
daughter
I mean,
with a 12-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, as we got older, I could understand that, but I mean, it just wasn't. It's like me and you. We were just friends.
What if she was like babysitting you? You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Like
I mean, let me put it this way. I know that I had that type of game when I was younger,
yeah.
but I mean, I still have it now.
Baby
Just
T-Money.
Wink, wink. Yeah, baby T-Money. But yeah, I mean, it was just so weird. I mean, can't you be friends with people? I mean, especially at I get it sometimes as older. Yeah, I mean, it's weird having a guy and a girl be friends, but still, we're not gonna jump all over each other. We just want to hang out. I mean,
That actually reminded me of a story that like I didn't remember until right now. It was so I had a very close friend of mine in high school, and we were like just best friends. We hung out all the time. We would have sleepovers all the time. But her mom, for some reason, thought that her and I were hooking up.
ooh, that's a
Like that we would hook up at sleepovers. So it got to a point where she didn't want us like sleeping in the same room. And I'm like, number one, that would never happen ever in a million years. Like, and we were baffled by it. And we honestly just thought it was hilarious because how else could we look at it?
you should have been like messing with her every time, just like as her daughter left the room,
Making
just
fake
like winked at
noises.
her.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, you have to go upstairs. Oh, I forgot something upstairs too. Wink,
Wink,
wink.
wink. Follow her up. Look up her towel.
Yeah, exactly.
Just be a total creep. But there's one that one rule that I had in my house growing up that looking back, I even asked my mom about it recently, and she like couldn't even give me a clear answer. But it was, we would have spaghetti night like once a week. So
I love spaghetti.
me too. One of my favorites. I make it for my kids all the time.
Oh yeah, little gravy. Gotta hit the spot.
Sunday sauce.
Yeah.
So on spaghetti night, though, the only things we were allowed to drink were either water or milk.
Ugh.
Like water or milk. Like any other night, no matter what the meal was, we could have any beverage, soda, water, milk if we so choose, which was not really the ideal
Those two
accoutrement.
those
But
two types of drinks just don't go with sauce and gravy.
agreed.
I'm sorry.
But those were our two choices for spaghetti night. Again,
I feel like that
asked
would
my mom
spoil
recently.
in your stomach.
Well, I asked my mom recently, and like I said, she could not give me an answer as to why. Maybe I'll ask her again. I'll have her call in. Maybe
She'll be like, I don't recall that.
maybe I should call my mom right now and get her on the phone.
Exactly. Well, I mean, speaking of phones, I mean, my one friend, I remember this, and it was like the worst rule ever. I learned very quickly to not have my phone out at the dinner table. So his mom's rule, and listen, I as a parent, my parents had the same rule: no cell phones at the dinner table. Perfectly fine. I get it, but the with my parents, it was like put your cell phone away, and you just put it in your pocket. No big deal. This mom's rule was if she caught you with your cell phone out, even if you weren't her child, she would confiscate your cell phone for the entire evening till you left, or if you were staying over, you didn't get it till you left the next day. It was like the weirdest, strictest rule. I was like, I learned the first time, and I'm glad I didn't sleep over that night. But at the same time, I used to sit there and look at my friend and just watch as other friends or his sister's friends would get their phones taken away, and I would just smirk.
A parent could not get away with doing that to somebody's phone nowadays.
I mean,
nowadays.
Oh yeah,
no way.
Not even
no way.
Your child. I mean,
Nope.
You see these videos now of like kids like losing,
fighting their parents and like losing their shit and like getting the cops called on them because of their cell phones. Oh yeah. Oh, society's out of control. But as a kid, I remember thinking, I thought there was a handbook for parents. I thought there was this like secret guide to like how to parent. Like every parent was kind of like, it was ingrained in you as you grew up. And then when I became a parent, I'm like, oh shit, we're just winging it. We're winging it 100%.
Yeah, if there was instructions, a lot of those parents didn't.
They didn't follow it.
Oh no.
At all. They still don't.
Yeah,
Ooh.
exactly. And when they do, they get child services called on them. So.
But like thinking about like weird things, just continuing on with like weird things from your childhood, I think about like random times that maybe like my parents like really overreacted, like random situations where it's like we were punished for something that was like so silly, just looking back for no reason.
Oh yeah. I have a couple of those.
Yeah, I got one that like comes to mind, and
I have to admit there were probably times I probably deserved it, but I mean, there's that level. It's like, okay, this is where it should have been, and you're way up there.
Yeah, and I'm sure like I've had those moments myself as a parent where I've overreacted to things that, at the end of the day, I'm just like, that was really silly. But this one time I remember, and a lot of these go back to my dad's house. So a lot of the stories will stem back to my dad's house.
I will
today.
say this, ladies and gentlemen, from knowing Drizzy, she never speaks about her father. So let's put it out there like that.
Yeah. So we were visiting. We visited every summer for a couple weeks, and my dad lived in a trailer at the time with my stepmom, and we were playing with a neighbor kid outside, and she had this little like those like thick plastic playhouses.
Oh yeah, those things always had spiders in it.
Oh my god, spiders and water, right?
Yep.
They're just wet, like ugh.
Yeah, even in the hottest days, they were always wet.
Gross, just gross,
just nasty.
So we were out playing, and this girl had a little like cup in there that she accidentally knocked over and spilled onto me, and it got my shorts wet.
Okay.
And I immediately ran home to like go change my clothes. And
like any kid would do that.
Any kid would do it. We're kids. Literally, we're like young kids, I mean, like under 10 years old.
You're actually more mature than most because some would just be like, whatever.
Yeah. So I go home to go change. And I remember I was put in the corner for hours
Why?
as a punishment for getting my clothes wet.
But you didn't get them wet.
It was a pure accident.
Yeah.
There was no grace.
Get out of here.
No, I'm serious. That was typical. Like, that's just one example. I could go on and on and on. Like, I'll just real quick. And then I want to let you like take the floor. But there was this one time where we had a disagreement about something that my stepmom had said. And she fully denied like saying it afterwards.
Shocker there.
Yeah, right. You only know. But we were supposed to go to the pool that day. And because they accused me of lying about something that she had said, they sat outside with us, lectured my brother and I for 4 hours straight outdoors, did not take us to the pool, and blamed us. Then told us to call our mom and ask for her to change our flight so we can stay longer.
So she didn't take you to the pool.
They
didn't take you to the pool, but they wanted you to stay longer?
Yeah, lots of manipulation and like, yeah, it was very strange. Very strange. So like looking back, I'm just like, what? That's how I know everybody's just kind of making it up as they go along.
Yeah, well, that definitely was made up.
Yeah.
I have one. And listen, okay, this story, I definitely had it coming to me because I was being a bit oblivious. But I remember it was the summer before I went to college. And I just got my new laptop. and my brother set it up for me. So when I got home from work, I was really excited to see it like work. I wanted to look at it. And I was sitting in the kitchen, and my parents were outside doing yard work, and they were cooking dinner. But to my credit, they never said watch what was being cooked. So I might not have been paying that much attention to the smoking vegetables that were on the oven top.
That much or any at all?
Um, Probably any at all. Yeah. It. Okay. I understand it was a problem, but when my father, Jack, walked in and saw that pan smoking, it went from like 0 to 100 because he just was screaming at me like, you almost let the house burn down, and you're going to college, and what kind of moron are you? Like, just going off on me.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like an overreaction to me, though.
No, that wasn't the overreaction part. It was the next part. He grabbed the pan, shook it in like near me, went to the back door, and flung this thing so far out into the yard while screaming at me. Like, it was in my mind. I'm like, I don't know what just happened
Like
here.
flung the pan straight out into the yard?
Like a Frisbee. Like whoosh.
That's amazing.
And then continued to yell at me, and then went outside somewhere. And then my mom came in, and then she yelled at me because not only was I not paying attention to the burning vegetables, but my father had damaged one of her pans. So I got blamed for the damaged pan and the burnt vegetables. So that was a fun dinner night.
Well, you caused his rage.
I guess.
It's all your fault.
I mean, cut up some different vegetables, or make me cut up some vegetables, and I'm sorry.
No, that's hilarious. No, I think about that kind of stuff. I even think about like, that reminds me of like a teacher that had like a crazy overreaction. My old math teacher that would overreact in math class. Like if somebody wasn't listening or didn't do their homework or anything, he would throw chalk across the room and throw chairs. But he was the best. Yeah, I said throw chairs. But he was literally the best teacher, so they kept him. He's still at the elementary school.
Could you imagine now if a teacher threw a chair at a child?
Oh, fired. Oh, he started doing yoga and then getting into mindfulness. So he really like chilled out. But every few years I send him an email and we correspond and stuff like that. But best teacher ever.
I mean,
mathlete for life, baby.
Sometimes that does happen. I mean, I had some really strong teachers. I don't ever remember having a chair thrown at me, but I mean,
he didn't throw the chair at anybody. He would throw chalk at students, though, like pieces of cracked chalk, and just chuck them at you.
Oh well,
yeah.
I mean, I think I had teachers do that, but it was more. It was more.
Mr. A was the absolute best.
Yeah, I think it was more of like that's how they woke us up when we were sleeping.
Yeah.
No. I wasn't a sleeper, but I mean, I did watch chalk get whizzed at people's heads.
I feel like that was just normal. It's like, come on, let's go. Get together. You're disrespecting me. I'm going to disrespect you too.
Exactly.
Absolutely. You deserve it.
I'm going to cover you with chalk.
Talking about disrespect.
Here we go.
Get it. Going back to the childhood stuff. I remember as a kid, like always feeling like the step kid. Like,
well, you were.
Yeah, no, I was always the step kid because my parents got divorced when I was, like 3 years old, and my dad got remarried a few years later. My mom got remarried a few years later. So I was a step kid at both houses.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah. So when I went to go visit my dad in those summers, like my stepmom had 2 kids. So I had a stepbrother and a stepsister. So my brother and we'd come and we'd be like the odd ones out. We'd be the ones that didn't go to church. We were
sheep.
Raised more free. We had longer, shaggy, colorful hair. We were more like alternative, and like our mom was like more of a hippie, and like
you were Jenny.
No, not quite. Not quite. Definitely not Forestina.
Well, yeah.
But I just remember going there and then they would like compare us to my stepbrother and stepsister, like my stepmom did a lot. But like always just kind of feeling like the outsider and everything like that, like to them specifically, not to the rest of the family, but to them specifically. And then like being home, like having a stepdad, like just like, being always having the stepkids and yeah, it was just like not necessarily like, and having his whole extended family kind of view us as the outsiders.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I can't relate with that. I mean, my parents stayed together, married, and I can relate to the outsider comment, not because it was me, but my brother was the black sheep of our family. I mean, oof. I mean,
we'll talk about the brothers.
We will,
but-
yeah,
oh,
we won't go into that topic yet, but and maybe we can get each other's brothers on here. I know I'd love to bring mine, but you know, he would bring you some interesting stories. But yeah, my brother was definitely the black sheep. But we'll see what we go. Maybe we'll just keep the stories because I think they might be too much for our show.
And what's so funny is like I have two brothers and you have a brother, and I also have a stepbrother, and like every one of them are so very different. Every one of them, the way their lives are now, the way they're navigating life, the way they grew up, like all of us have had like such very different lives. I find it fascinating.
Oh, yeah. I mean, me and my brother are like opposite ends of the spectrum. I mean, I guess if you want to put it that way, but yeah, I mean, he definitely went left and I went right, and but I mean, I'll give him credit. He's a great father. He is a really cunning business person. So I have to give him credit for that, and credit where credit's due. But in his personal life, his body looks like a canvas of art, and mine does not. But I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, mine does as well.
Well, yeah, but you're different.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
mean,
let me put it this way.
Let me rephrase.
Let me put it this way.
I am
Drizzy.
different. I love being
But
different.
let me put it this way, Drizzy. You don't have tattoos on your knuckles or your head.
No,
Yeah.
not yet.
Well, we're getting there.
Not yet.
We're getting there.
Not
You
yet.
know what? You know, honestly, the one thing I remember as we were prepping for the show, and I started thinking about it. Remember those core memories, those memory burns, the ones that just it stuck with you a little bit too long. And I mean, when I started thinking about it, I was like, oof, I forgot about these. I was like, maybe I do need therapy.
I have some like early memories that I remember so vividly, and they're from ages where it's like you wouldn't think that you would have such vivid memories from, but I think because of whatever happened was so strong and so impactful that it left that mark. Yeah, I definitely have some like deep core memories from my youth.
So here's a good one. So we'll go back to my dad, Jack. He's a good guy. I said I love my dad to the umpth extent. But I remember when I was like 5 or 6, it was like my first time playing catch with my brother and my dad. I was so excited. But as like a 5 or 6 year old, my eye-hand coordination just really wasn't there. And I remember this so vividly that he threw this ball at my freaking head so hard that, and I just wasn't prepared for it.
Oh,
He hit me square in the head.
oh,
Square in the head.
like
Right-
forehead?
No, right in the eye. Right in the freaking eye. I mean, practically blinded me. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but as a 6-year-old, I was blind. I'll tell you that. And I remember my mom being so pissed about this because it was literally the day before Easter.
Easter photos.
She was so mad at him. He was like, well, he didn't put the glove up. I was 5.
You said 6.
5 or 6. I was close on that. It was one of those ages. It was one of those dumb ages that I just
You're
didn't.
not ready. You're not ready.
That's one of the reasons I stink at baseball. I think I'm going to contribute to that among other things, but that is why. So thanks, Dad. But yeah, I remember that
Thanks,
one.
Jack.
Yeah, thanks, Jack. Did a good job.
Appreciate you.
But you know what? I mean, I don't know about you, but did you ever have one of those? Were you ever around for one of those like parent fights or family fights?
How did you know?
That just oof.
How did you know?
I'll go, please let me know yours. We'll compare family fights because I remember there was one, but I want to hear yours.
I guess 2 of my earliest memories Two of my earliest memories were just of my I'm not going to go deep into this, but were my parents physically fighting.
Ooh,
Yeah, and not like anything crazy, but I guess any physical fighting is crazy enough that I remember it from a very, very young age. But those are like some of my first memories, like seeing them fight in the house we lived in for about 6 months before they got divorced, and then seeing them fight after they were separated in my grandparents' front lawn while the police were called. It was just crazy. I'm like, I'm too young for this.
Oh yeah, that definitely leaves a scar.
Yeah, those were things that like I remember way too well, way too young. But like at the time, I did not fully comprehend what even was happening.
Oh yeah. I mean, the one of the speaking about fights. Now, it wasn't a physical fight. At least I don't think it was, because we weren't allowed in the house. But when I was like, I remember this one. I was young, and all the kids got escorted outside at my parents' my grandparents' shore house, and my dad's side of the family. So he has a brother and a sister, and my grandparents and my mom, and it was just they just had this gigantic family fight. I mean, it was. I just remember. I don't know what it was about. I told to this day. I don't know what it was about. It's got to be at least over 30 years. I still don't know what this fight was about. But like, I remember after the fight, like my aunt and my uncle didn't talk to my dad for a long time. I mean, I didn't even get to see my cousin until my brother got married. I mean, that was how long it was.
Devastated the family, whatever it was.
I mean, I don't want to know what the fight was about.
Any speculations?
No, I honestly don't remember. I just remember it was big. I remember whatever it was. It was they were pitted against each other for some reason. But I remember all the kids got like escorted out of the house and sat in the backyard.
For the best, though.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. But I mean, yeah, that one left a little bit of a scar. I mean, I'm glad that it's changed now that I'm older. I mean, like I said, we mended those bad feelings, but oof, yeah, that one stuck out.
It's funny how we have like memories of those things from so early on, but going in a different direction.
Okay.
Another one of my earliest memories, I was 5 or 6 years old, and we lived in an apartment complex that had like the community pool in it.
Okay. Yeah.
And
I got one of those now, but like where I live.
Yeah.
It's not a community. It's like association pool.
Yeah, but it's the same exact sort of thing, you know. So it was summer, you know, Atlanta. We're out in the pool swimming.
Nice and hot.
And the deep end had a little bench seat that was like just kind of under the ledge. So like you're still, you know, a little submerged in the water, but you're sitting on the bench seat. And my mom had like propped me up there, and I wasn't a good swimmer at the time at all.
Oh, yeah. Go to the deep end when you can't swim.
Right? Like she propped me up there, and she turns around, is doing something with my older brother or whatever. And I slipped right on into the deep end. And I vividly remember like looking up through the water and like seeing the sun and like not being able to breathe and like trying to splash my arms.
Oh my God.
And I don't think I was underwater for very long. Really. I don't think.
I mean, knowing you, I don't know.
Well, I mean, what I remember though is like, I remember that it was very brief. I remember it kind of like in flashes. And then my mom scooped me up, put me back on the ledge, and she checked on me, and I was okay. Like I was still breathing fine and that kind of stuff. So it couldn't have been very long.
You know, when you're a kid, it's always like a second seems like 5 minutes.
Right? Now it's like a day is a blip.
Exactly.
But no, I vividly remember that though. And I was really terrified. And I think that's one thing that made me scared of deep water, like long term.
Oh yeah. You had like a Jason Voorhees type of thing.
Yeah. Now I'm not like a crazy good swimmer, but I'm a decent swimmer now, and I like swimming. I like being in pools, and I'm a CPO now and all that,
Nice.
accolades.
Yeah, there you go.
But, I don't like open water. I don't like deep water, and I wonder if that had a little bit of an impact on that.
Oh yeah, that definitely left some type of a mark. I mean,
maybe.
So a memory of mine, I mean, just going in that direction of leaving a scar is, and people can relate to this because I'm sure it's happened to other people before, but do you ever have an animal bite you?
Yeah. But not like vicious, because I've had things like cats.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I can understand that.
And my cats have been pretty nice.
Yeah.
So like my guinea pig has bitten me.
Okay. So when I was in probably fifth grade, I used to walk to school because it wasn't that far. It was like, under a half mile. And
Okay,
it
I
was
did
just-
the same thing.
Yeah, it was just normal. But we had this Jack Russell Terrier that just hated my guts for some reason. And
They can be vicious little turds.
not for some reason. I did kind of tease this dog a little bit, but I mean, I was young, and it wasn't bad teasing us. I won't say it was bad, but he just was, he didn't see me as being high up on a totem pole. Let's put it that way. So my job before going to school was put the dog in the cage and go to school.
Put the dog in the cage.
Put the dog. Well, this dog knew when no one else was home. It was like, yeah, come at me, bro. Like,
you are not the alpha.
I remember this dog bit with that big canine tooth and bit into my hand right before I had to go to school. So freaking hard. And it punctured my hand and I just started gushing blood. And I'm like in like fourth or fifth grade. Like I think I was startled. I didn't know what to do. I had to walk all the way to school, bleeding like a lot of blood, all the way to school, just so I could go to the nurse's office. Tears bawling down my face because it's freaking.
That's such a sad image of like baby T-Money walking with a bloody hand to school.
Oh
like that makes me so sad for you.
The nurse didn't even know what the heck was happening. She looked at me like, what's happening? She's like, there's blood dripping down this kid's hand. He's bawling tears. But I remember that. And the funny part of that story was that on the way home, after, school was over, because I stayed at school, because back in those days, it was like, oh, that's all you got? Yeah, you're staying at school. I remember walking home and just watching the trail of blood on the sidewalk from the middle school all the way to my house. And I was like,
marked your path home.
Oh, yeah. I was just like the dog. I just remember when my mom got home, she was so mad at that dog because when she saw my hand, I mean, deservedly so. Yeah. I mean, like I said, like I wasn't doing anything.
It was a power play, like 100% power play with you.
I literally was just trying to do what my parents asked.
It's like your bird with me now. It's a power play.
Listen, the bird loves you.
No, it doesn't. That bird wants to take my eyes out. But keep it on track with like injuries. There were a couple. Oh man. My head still hurts thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about you, but as a kid, I don't know why. So many like baseball bat and baseball injuries in general. As a kid, I was hit in the head with a baseball bat twice. I mean, it definitely explains a lot. Now you talk about child trauma and its lasting effects.
You got that flat spot on top of your head.
Yeah, just, and little questionable, things here and there. But two times. I was hit in the head with a baseball bat. Once was by my own brother. He claims it was an accident.
Mm-hmm. It's always an accident.
My dad definitely did not respond to it like it was an accident. But
I mean, deservedly.
Yeah, my brother was, hitting a baseball off a tee, and didn't see that I was standing there and swung that bat as hard as he could and clocked me right in the head. Yeah, suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brothers always have that type of reaction.
Yeah. And then this other time.
He got in the way.
I got in the way, right? Oh, I'm so sorry. It was an accident. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we were at we had a block party.
Oh, God.
And that was a big thing in Chicago growing up. We're having block parties and like the neighborhood parties.
Yeah.
So fun. Your whole couple streets everybody would like come outside and barbecue and get bouncy houses and do all this sort of stuff. So
in New
fun.
Jersey, it's like a church party. So.
Okay. Yeah. So we all did it. Like the neighborhoods got together and did it. But this one, it was starting to get dark that night and they had a piñata.
Yeah, the piñata was named Drizzy.
And they had a piñata and they had a aluminum baseball bat to hit the piñata with.
No safety regulations.
And I guess my head was the piñata that day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this girl picked up the bat, swung in a circle, and clocked me right in the side of the head with it.
It sounded like an empty can.
Definitely got a concussion that night. That was a rough one. But what about you?
So I had two situations that kind of was the same injury. So when I was younger, I remember being on vacation with my family, and I was in the ocean with my brother. I mean, you're joking.
Sounds like a great idea.
Well, I mean, it is on a vacation, but I mean, my brother and me, we were a little rough. But I remember jumping or diving into a wave that I thought was a decent sized wave. And I remember literally going headfirst into the ground. I remember I hit this thing so hard. I had a headache on vacation for the next like 3 or 4 days. I probably concussed myself.
You probably did.
And I was in my household, it was like if you got injured, like you would get in trouble again because you got injured. Like, so I remember that one.
It's like, and if you do get injured, you don't want to complain about it because they're going to blame it on you and get mad at you for complaining.
Stop being such a dummy
Mm-hmm.
or an idiot, whatever you want to call it.
That's trauma.
That's trauma. Yeah, it left it there. And the next one was it was similar injury because, like I said, it was a head injury on that one with the spine related. And then this one, as kids, you think of stupid things to do with your friends as usual. And I remember me and my friend went up onto his treehouse. Remember those jungle gyms that were like plastic, had a little slide in it. It was like a little like square type of thing.
Oh yeah, the little ones, thick plastic,
had
like the tots, like
the tot thing. So
yeah.
my friend had one of these, and we decided it would be a good idea to put a bunch of mats and like deck cushions and stuff on it, and we were jumping from
Sounds safe.
Oh yeah, come on. We calculated it in our heads. It worked. And I remember we were jumping into it singly, and his mom was kind of mad about that, but she saw what we were doing and kind of was cool with it. And then she was leaving, and she told us, "Don't do that while I'm gone." Well, she's left. Okay, now let's up this.
Go time.
Let's up the ante on this. And I remember our first time we did it, we decided to go together because we did it singly, so together is going to work too. I remember we bumped into each other, and there was like connection nubs, like where the screws were hidden. I remember that hit me in the spine so freaking hard that not only did it knock the wind out of me, but it made my legs go numb.
Oh,
and I really thought, I was like, "This is how it."
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it scared the shit out of me. I remember that so much, but yeah, that one was pretty traumatic.
I mean, I could go on and on with the injuries after that. I've broken so many bones and yada, yada, yada. But those are the ones that I feel like were just like, holy crap, came out of nowhere.
Well, there's one that, going back to the blood thing, that walking home, I was always walking home covered in blood. I don't understand that. I'm thinking about it now. And I'm like,
did you never have like a Band-Aid?
No.
I guess no, we didn't as kids.
No,
we didn't.
I remember. So we were riding our bikes, and the friend whose mom didn't want me to hang out with the daughter, we were all hanging out. Me, my brother, and they had a really steep driveway, and we would race our bikes from the top of the block to their like steep driveway. And you had to really push it up, and if you didn't get to the top, well, you're gonna roll back. I think I made it about like a foot off the street before I fell, scraped my knee all the way down the driveway, cried my eyes out, and walked home with a bloody leg all the way down the sidewalk. Same thing. Followed the blood trail.
Ooh, I got one more on that. Just
Okay.
one more.
Okay.
One more.
Yeah, it's a good one.
At my dad's house.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Nothing to do with my dad. No, this is actually, he handled this excellently well. But there was this very steep hill in his housing community, and I decided to go down it on my rollerblades, and I was probably like 9-10 years old, and I go down this super steep hill, which, mind you, crosses a street at the bottom of it where you have a stop sign. So, and you can't stop on rollerblades at the bottom of that.
Oh god.
So, I mean, I was lucky that day I made it through the intersection, but I couldn't slow myself down to the point where I had to stop myself on a curb. And I went down.
You curbed yourself?
I curbed myself and into grass, luckily, because it would have been much worse. But I got up and my whole leg was like skin down to my shin, like all through it. And I had to get up, rollerblade home, and I had blood just like pouring down my leg, and get home and clean it all up. Lots of Bactine, and then we were good to go. But there were a lot of days just, you fall, you hurt, you get up.
Yeah, you just
keep going.
Kind of just brush it off. I mean,
man, do I remember it, and the scars are still there.
Yeah, I mean, it really, I mean, like I said, I'm sure you guys have your own stories. If you want to, share them with us, please do. I mean, we would love to hear what left a scar on your lives. But I know that for me, there's a couple stories. I know we have other ones. We'll probably jump back into this topic sometime in the future. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in today, because and supporting us, because we definitely appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm not saying we were, raised wrong, but maybe unsafely.
I think we were raised in a way that would. I think it definitely toughened us up a little bit.
Definitely develop some grit.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, anyways, thank you everybody for listening. We appreciate you tuning in. If you haven't yet, listen back to our first episode, Forestina, Run Girl Run. It's our take on Forrest Gump. But anyways, we'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback on some of your childhood memories that made the biggest impact on you. Some injuries, funny, serious, whatever you want to share, we'd love to hear. But yeah.
You guys definitely reach out. But as we said last time, it's time to drop the mic.
Deuces.